childhood. You know where Washington Court is? It's just up from the YMCA. Well, I grew up there, so that meant the lake was right there. And as far back as I can remember, I had to tell my mother, I was given free rein just to go out and do what I wanted. I probably had to tell my mother where I was going. I really don't remember. But I could be gone all day, practically, and just maybe come home for meals. And I remember in the winter, we would ride down the hill on a sled, a flexible flyer. Oh, and another thing, there was a neighbor of ours on Washington Court, and he had a bobsled, one of those big, long ones that was like a big plane. He was always sitting in the yard between both our houses because it was too big to put in the house. But when he was home and he had time, he would take that bobsled out and he would take a whole bunch of kids down the hill on that bobsled.
Full moon and a winter sky sinking into the sea. Snow falling deep into the morning. There must be close to 3 feet. What's that I see outside? There's a bobsled on the ground. There's no place for it to hide, no garage to be found. In a Stay Puft marshmallow snowsuit, I'm bloated up like a brat. Bobby Balzer grabbed that old toboggan and lifted it right up. All the way up the hill, must have been 500 feet. He hauled that big old snowboard. We sat behind him all in a line, waiting for the perfect time to fly down that street. Oh, how I wish these days would never end. Careening down the hill with all my friends, like seagulls floating on the wind, rosy faces, all a grin, riding on the snow, daring to descend. Then we climb back up and do it all again. Laughing, shouting, every sound is tossed into the frozen air, nothing's lost. Flapping scarves, bumping heads, barreling down on Bobby's sled, riding on the snow, daring to descend. Then we climb back up and do it all again. Balzer's toboggan, get on up, get out of bed, cover up your noggin, and jump onto that sled. Grab the rope, sit down, and try to keep still. Right behind Bobby, she's the only girl. Hands inside, hold on tight, avoid that snowbank, lean right. Riding on the snow, daring to descend. Then we climb back up and do it all again. Balzer's itchy wool pants in every possible size. Draped near the furnace, you can watch and smell them dry. Boots, mittens, scarves, all hung between. Oh, what a great day this has been. Riding on the snow, daring to descend. Then we climb back up and do it all again. Balzers toboggan down the hill, no bed bigger test will ever be forgotten. We're home in time for dinner and a long winter's rest.
Bits and pieces, shards and trinkets, shiny things, stones and dreams, broken dishes in between, dazzling images made from wishes, buttons here, sea glass there, as decorations everywhere. Colors glow like kaleidoscopes on wind chimes and bird bath stands in backyards and front gardens. Simple treasures through the town, memories made from fragments found. Artful fingers matched together, rainbow swirls and spiral twirls that spin like iridescent pearls. Imaginary worlds inspire boys and girls with sparkle streams and glitter gleams, shimmering in sunlight beams. Colors glow like kaleidoscopes on wind chimes and bird bath stands in backyards and front gardens. Simple treasures through the town, memories made from fragments found. Bits and pieces, wear and weather, wind and rainy eroding treasure. In my mind I still remember forever. Bits and pieces, shards and trinkets, shiny things, stones and dreams, broken dishes in between, dazzling images made from wishes, buttons here, sea glass there, as decorations everywhere. Colors glow like kaleidoscopes on wind chimes and bird bath stands in backyards and front gardens. Simple
My school had 2 buildings on the property. In the downstairs of the larger building, they had the home ec for 7th and 8th grade girls. And that's where I learned how to sew. And I've been sewing ever since. I also took sewing class in high school. The teacher started with very elementary stuff, and I came in and I said, I've been sewing for years. And I asked for permission if I could make what I wanted. And I think what I wanted to make was a jacket. My mother's cousin, who worked at Lakeland Fabrics, had got me some fabric at one time, and I made a skirt out of it. And I wanted a jacket to go with it. And I told her I wanted to make this jacket, and she said, well, I don't know, that's too advanced. And I said, well, I made everything I've got on, and she gave me permission. She just let me go on my own. When I was older, I made a living out of that for about 30 years. I created my own sewing business, and I worked 7 to 8 hours every single day. My husband would be at work, and I would be home alone all day. So I wanted to find a part-time job, and I thought, well, I always wanted to sew for people, so I put an ad in the local paper. And within a week, I had customers. Within a year's time, it was a full-time business. I did alterations and dressmaking, whatever people needed to be done. I made everything. I made wedding dresses, I made bridesmaids' dresses, prom dresses. At a certain time each year, I'd have 6 or 7 girls with their prom dresses. I made my children's clothes, pajamas, shirts, stuff like that. Oh, and when our kids were little, we used to get clothing from a garage sale. You know, men's clothing or women's clothing. Take it all apart, wash the pieces, and recut it, and make stuff out of it for the kids. I have pictures of the kids with each one wearing the same outfit, handed down because I had 6 children. My husband and I got married in my parents' living room, and I even sewed my own wedding outfit for that day.
And then, this is a dance, music.
I worked at the telephone company, and if I had a split shift, I'd go down to the jetty for maybe an hour or so. Either swim or lay in the sun. And one day I was laying on the jetty, minding my own business, and there he comes, swimming up.
Sorry, I didn't mean to splash you. Beach hazard, I guess. I wanted to swim over and say hi.
Oh, it's okay. The cool water feels good.
Oh, I'm sorry again for splashing you.
No, I'm fine.
You live around here?
Yes, I grew up around here. It's a great place. Lots to do, lots of nice people.
I see that. About the nice people, I mean. What's your name?
I'm Evelyn. I love the lake. I'm so lucky to live so close.
Hey, we have something in common.
Oh?
Yeah, I'm a Navy guy. Or was a Navy guy. Name's Nick.
You're not from around here, are you?
You got me. No, I'm from Chicago. My mom lives up here. I'm just visiting. My mom's husband, or, well, she's divorced. But he's from up here, so I wanted to see how she was doing. She likes to work in a lot, said it's a nice place. She didn't mention for the girls that live up here though.
Oh, I have to go, but it was nice talking with you.
Hey, wait, do you have to?
Yes, I really do. I have to get to work.
Well, where do you work?
The telephone company, Ma Bell. I have to stop at home first though.
I have an idea. Let me get my beach towel and dry off, and then I'll walk you home.
here we are. It was nice to meet you.
Well, hey, I've got another idea. I can pick you up after work. Maybe we could go somewhere when you're done.
Well, that sounds wonderful, but I don't get off till 10:30 tonight.
No problem. I'll be at Ma Bell's door at 10:30 sharp.
Oh, you made it.
I wouldn't have missed seeing you again for the world. Let's take a walk by the jetty, look at the moon. It's golden night.
He never did make it back to Chicago. The jetty is still there. It has been a part of our love story since the beginning. I think of that jetty almost as if it had a life of its own, and all the things it must have seen throughout time. Where did you come from? You were not there when children played on your pristine beaches, explored the trees on the bluff, or waded on the slippery rocks of the point. Then suddenly it seemed there you were, with your brothers. A new place to play, bulwarks to climb, a place to jump in the water, a place to sunbathe on your smooth, sun-warmed surface. You have felt the sun warming you, the cold northeast wind buffeting you, the ice and snow of winter shrouding you in the shore. You have felt the damp fingers of fog that hide you from sight. Oh, the things you have seen, tens of thousands of sunrises, moonbeams sparkling on night waters. You have seen stars circling the skies above you. You have seen meteor showers when the city sleeps. You have seen rockets soar into the heavens and strange stars bloom in the sky when a country celebrates. You have seen the winkling lights of passing planes and satellites. You have seen the passing coal and ore boats, the fishing boats, the water skiers and surfers. You saw a young woman spread her towel on your sun-warmed surface. You saw the young curly-haired man swim up and join her. You saw the beginning of a romance. You saw them return again with children, grandchildren, pets, and friends. On a windy November day, you saw the not-so-young woman return with children and grandchildren to say goodbye to the not-so-young man. You heard the rifle fire. You saw the flag folded. You saw them leave. But now your once smooth surface is pockmarked and broken from the assault of wind and waves. How many storms have you withstood? How many waves have endlessly pounded you? But you remained strong and defiant, carrying on as you were meant to do. How many waves have endlessly pounded you? But you remained strong and defiant, carrying on as you were meant to do, protecting, guarding. Remain strong. Be there when the not-so-young woman returns to join the not-so-young curly-haired man.
How many winters, springs, summers, and falls? How many windstorms and rain squalls? How many seabirds ended their flight to rest on your shoulders and spend the night? As far back as I can see, you have always been a rock for me. I still remember every time I watch the sun slowly rise, that I'm looking into my lover's eyes. You saw the lady so young and kind. You saw the young man swim up to her side. You saw the start of a long romance. You were the first one to see them dance. As far back as I can see, you have always been a rock for me. I still remember every time I watch the sun slowly rise, that I'm looking into my lover's eyes. Two hearts, one love, 10 billion stars above. The older lady would come back one day with all her children and grandchildren to say farewell until I join with thee, and we return once more to the sea. As far back as I can see, you have always been a rock for me. I still remember every time I watch the sun slowly rise, that I'm looking into my lover's eyes, into my lover's eyes.
When the Second World War started, both my future husband Nick and his father enlisted at the same time. They were enlisting together. Both were going to go into the Navy. They arrived at the recruitment station, and there was a lot of hustle and bustle. There were sailors everywhere in their uniforms with their Navy bags, and all kinds of people. There was also a reporter there. And when he found out that Nick and his dad were both enlisting at the same time, he used it as a photo opportunity.
Dad, I'm awful nervous.
I am too, but I'm honored to be serving a second term for our country.
The Navy. I can't believe I'm signing up for the Navy.
I can't believe my son and I are signing up for the Navy together. How many other men get to enlist their dear old dads?
Not many, that's for sure.
Thanks for the interview. These photographs will look great in the Chicago Times. Stay safe. Hello there. I'm gathering stories on new enlistees for the Navy. Mind if I interview for you for the Chicago Times?
Sure, go ahead.
Wonderful, wonderful. Let's start with your name and where you're from.
My name's Andrew Prevenis. I'm from right here in Chicago.
Pleased to meet you, Andrew. Like I said, I'm from the Chicago Times. Name's Fred Borthen. Okay, first question. What made you decide to enlist in the Navy?
Well, actually, this is my second time around. I was a cook for the Navy during the first tour.
Oh, you don't say. How does your family feel about you going to war again?
Why don't you ask my son right here? Nick's enlisting with me today, though it's only his first time.
What? Can I interview you both together? This will make a great story.
Well, I'd love to be part of your story, sir.
Oh, before I forget, I need to get a picture of both of you for the story.
Posing, you take a picture?
Hey,
Okay.
I have an idea. Would you two be willing to take a little different kind of photo?
All right.
Excuse me, sir. May we use your bag for a photo? Actually, you don't mind emptying it for me? Yeah, let me help you. Thank you. Okay, son, get in the bag.
I'm sorry. I'm not sure what you want me to do.
I want you to get in the bag, then we'll make it look like your dad is carrying you off to war. Understand?
Oh, that's quite clever. Come on, Nick, get in the bag.
Perfect. I'm definitely going to submit this. Best wishes to the both of you.
Thank you.
Looks like we're up, son. Let's go.
Hey. Hey, thank you for letting me borrow your bag. Hey, you forgot these.
Just kick it off the stage right now. Okay, I meant all of it. I appreciate you.
That picture got published in the Times, and the photographer won $5 for Picture of the Week. I still have that picture too. In my life, I've learned that if I want to do something, I just have to do it. That's why when I was 79, I decided to go skydiving. My second youngest son invited us to go to this airport and watch him do a static parachute jump. You know, that's just you jump out of the plane, the parachute opens, and down you go. And while we were there, I saw one of these big chutes, a canopy chute. That's where there's two people. And I thought, 2 people? Well, that looks like fun. And when I saw his face when he landed, I said, well, I've got to do that. So I did. And I got hooked. It's very addictive. It's the adrenaline that does it. Adrenaline is a wonderful painkiller. If you have a backache, it'll be gone by the time you land, and it'll be gone for a whole week. It worked that way for me. When I went to my doctor, he knew about my skydiving. I said, "Couldn't you write a prescription for me to do this at least once a year and have Medicare pay for it?" Really though, the freedom is exhilarating. In my life, I've gone 7 times, and I'm glad I did. And people ask me what would happen if it all went wrong. I told them that at least I'd be doing something I like. In anything you do, you will never be sorry for taking the leap. Throughout the years, I have learned to live life to its fullest. At the end of the day, remember the Prevenis family blessing. Drive carefully, lock the doors, and call someone you love when you get home. And no matter what comes your way, remember to enjoy yourself.
No matter how hard you strive, no one here gets out alive. It's here and now, heaven or hell, you might as well enjoy yourself. Life's about the risks you take. Slide down the hill, jump in the lake. Until you hear that dinner bell, you might as well enjoy yourself. Lying on a jetty in the summer heat, you never can tell who you might meet. Maybe you'll find somebody you can love. 79 going strong. What could possibly go wrong? Who said you could never skydive? No one here gets out alive. Some folks think you're quite insane when you parachute out of a plane. What if nothing happens when you rip the cord? If that's the case, enjoy the ride. Things might be better on the other side, crossing over to that distant shore. Magnabrats and Tempolines, not a child's wildest dreams. Maybe you could ride the elephant. No one here gets out alive. Acrobats and trampolines, every child's wildest dream. Maybe you can ride the elephant. Dancing in a carnival, everything is magical. All we need, the big top 10. Anywhere that you might roam, you can always feel at home. 'Cause life is just a carousel, you might as well